What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Midnight Mayor channel. I'm your host, Mayor Reynolds. This is the only YouTube channel that you should be watching that covers Dead Drop and Midnight Society exclusively. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about the player count and lobby size for Dead Drop. So right now in the Proving Grounds, we have 18 players per lobby. That's not really an indication of anything that the final product will be necessarily, but I just want to state that that is where we are starting right now in the Proving Grounds. We're going to Snapshot 5, where we're going to cold storage, which is the first sector of the tower, the first kind of final section that they're building for the actual final game. And things may change. I'm recording this video on March 4th, 2023. That sector may come out, cold storage might come out. Who knows? We may have more players on it. We don't know how it's going to go. But we had a discussion in the Midnight Society and Dead Drop Discord the other day, and people were talking about what player counts they'd like to see in the lobbies for Dead Drop when the game eventually comes out. Because we're talking about how great it's been lately on the Friday night Dead Drop play nights and during the tournament and such. We've had more players, fuller lobbies, and so on. So we got speculating about, okay, how many people would we like in these lobbies when the game is actually final and coming out? So the best thing that I can point to for an indication, we don't know exactly. Midnight Society has not said what they're aiming for player count wise, but if you look on the Midnight Society website, and I will flip my screen over for you guys to see it for yourself. During the frequently asked questions right here on midnightsociety.com, this is what it states. There's nothing about player count specifically, but in the concept of the game, this is here. Dead Drop is the first game that is being built by Midnight Society. It was formerly known as Project Moon. It is a vertical extraction shooter that combines the arena shooter level design with the scale and scope of a battle royale and the strategic minute-by-minute gameplay of an extraction shooter. Compete for the best drops or extract your life and gear, so on and so forth. That's really all we know. So let's take a look and talk about some of this stuff for just a second, because there's several different layers and things to consider here. So the first one is arena shooters are typically known to be 8, 10, 12 players, 16, maybe, Halo Big Team Battle, I think is up to 24 in Halo Infinite. That's Big Team Battle. Arena shooters are smaller scale games. That's the level design that they're going for. So keep that in mind. That's the style of levels that they're looking to build, but it does say the scale and scope of a battle royale. Let's take a look at battle royale games. Note that the actual genre of Dead Drop that they state is vertical extraction shooter. The vertical, gameplay, lots of height, but it's an extraction shooter at its core. So battle royale games, we've seen a large variety here, but we've seen everything from 60 players, like Apex Legends, up to like 150, like Warzone. PUBG started with 99, Fortnite 99, and we've had everything in between. So they say they're going for the scope of a battle royale, and then the minute-by-minute gameplay of an extraction shooter. Okay, extraction shooters, let's talk about the lobby size of those. According to my research, at least, no extraction shooter has had more than 40 players in the lobby. And from what I can tell, Escape from Tarkov, their largest maps have up to 40 players in the lobby at one time. With that said, most extraction shooters are much smaller than that. I believe that Marauders is, I think it's either 18 or 20 players. Hunt Showdown, I believe, is maybe 12, 16, 18, 20 tops. Again, if I'm wrong on one of these, put something in the comments. But the highest I can find is 40. I think the Cycle Frontier, which does something unique, I believe that can have between 16 and 18 players in the lobby at a time. But they do something interesting where they have persistent lobbies. So one lobby will stay open for 6 hours, and people will continually drop in that same lobby. And then after 6 hours, that lobby will eventually close. Marauders, on the other hand, does everybody spawns at the same time. You get, I think it's 20 minutes to get in and get out, and everybody's on that same timer, so to speak. So where does that where does that land Dead Drop? Because they specifically say arena shooter level design, scale and scope of a battle royale, and then obviously at the core of the game is an extraction shooter. In the Midnight Society Discord, I saw people effectively letting their dreams run wild. They'd like to see up to 150 players per lobby, 300 players per lobby, and this gets back to we need to talk about and set our expectations for what is Dead Drop. What kind of game is Dead Drop? At its core, it's an extraction shooter, in my opinion. I don't think we're going to see anything upward towards 100, 150, 300 players. There have been games on the Battle Royale side of things that have promised absolutely massive player counts. There was a game called Mavericks Proving Grounds or something like that promised to have like 1,000 player lobbies, never came out. Apex has stuck at 60 and it has worked. PUBG, instead of increasing, has done smaller maps with less players on them. Warzone's sticking to 150 by the looks of it. Nobody's really pushing higher player counts. Battlefield 2042 attempted to move to what are they at? 128 person lobbies, and that game is a mess. And that's a franchise. It's gotten much better, by the way. I have a video on my main channel about the state and future of Battlefield. MayorReynoldsTV is my main channel for those of you who don't know. Link up here at some point during the video. And most, Battlefield's a game that was built on large scale battles. That's its core identity. And most players agree 128 players is too much. It's chaotic. It pushes new players out. So they're actually going smaller. And with Dead Drop, I'm actually expecting that smaller scale as well. If it's an extraction shooter, we're not, in my opinion, going to have 100 player lobbies because it's a PvPvE game. So you're going to be fighting other players, NPCs, obviously can fall to your death. There's a lot of different aspects to this. If this was a battle royale game and a battle royale game strictly, I would say, yeah, like they're going to be going for 60 to 100 players probably. But I don't see, especially with arena shooter level design, that's what they're going for. These very fast-paced, tight maps. And some of them may be large. We will see. The Proving Grounds is quite large, and obviously the scale is massive, especially the verticality. I'm expecting somewhere 40 or less for Dead Drop's final player count. I think if they start pushing into these larger player counts, a lot of games get into just trying to excite people by saying, oh, we're gonna have a ton of players, this many players, that many players, and it's never really possible, and it's not going to be fun per se. And especially right now, how quickly you die in Dead Drop, the time to kill is very short. The sniper rifle's like a one-shot kill. Do you want to be facing off against 100, 150 other people on a map in Dead Drop? Your survival rate is going to be less than 1% probably, if that's the case. So let me know in the comments, guys, what are your thoughts on lobby size and player count in Dead Drop? I'd love to hear them. Again, I think because this is an extraction shooter, we're looking at somewhere between 18 to 40. I mean, if they can push it higher, great. I want them to push the limits of the extraction shooter with this, and we're still so early, so maybe they will try to do that with the helmet and armor system potentially increasing time to kill, and the advanced movement allowing a lot of options and so on. But let me know in the comments what you guys think. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. We cover everything Dead Drop and Midnight Society. If you don't want to miss anything related to Dead Drop, Midnight Society, the development of this game, please subscribe. We started this channel just 4 months ago. I have now published 100 videos on the channel that have received over 30,000 views. I want to take a minute to thank you guys for being part of this journey. I'm honored to be part of this community. I'm so excited to be part of this development process with Dead Drop, be giving my feedback, covering the game, and have the devs actually listen to us and interact with us. So that's it, guys. That's it for this video. Midnight Mayor, aka Mayor Reynolds, out.